again. I just knocked over my camera. I'm picking it up. Sorry about that.
Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I wonder what I'm talking about today. One thing about me you guys know is when it comes to Littlest Pet Shops, I do not mess around. You know, I've talked about the titular plastic toys various times on this channel, and my collection has also gotten so big that my collector's case is overflowing. And mind you, that isn't even my whole collection inside of there. I have some on another shelf. But also LPS are just very sentimental to me because they are partly the reason I began making videos on YouTube. See, I was an LPS tuber on a separate channel before I made this one, but even when I used to make videos before YouTube was like a huge thing, they were with my LPS and Beanie Boos, but mostly LPS, and talking to a non-existent audience like you do when you post videos not knowing if your channel's gonna gain traction or not. So of course I became an LPS tuber because finding out this community was a thing that existed online and on YouTube was like being a kid on Christmas morning. Unfortunately though, I did end up quitting my LPS channel in, I think it was 2017, I was either 12 or 13, because I felt at the time if I ever wanted to fit in with my peers around me, I was going to need to move on from my childish interests and mask them for the foreseeable future. Of course, I still did love making videos, so I ended up making this channel instead, which is ironic considering I am here today at 19 years old with a channel that is focused all around nostalgia and cartoons. I just know that 12, 13-year-old me would be so proud. If you're new to my channel, I'm autistic, so like it's just one of those things. Nobody talks about how like alienating it is to grow up autistic. People should just be allowed to have interests without judgment, truly. But along with quitting that channel and making this one, I also quit collecting LPS as a whole. Quitting my collection came less from masking and like peer pressure because I'd already kind of slowed down when it came to getting new pets to add to my collection for another reason that not only affected me, but this entire community of Littlest Pet Shop collectors, not even just on YouTube, like on the internet as a whole. And that reason was the infamous Littlest Pet Shop redesign of 2012. When the pets I loved so dearly became a shell of what they once were, that was a huge part of what led me to quit something that I used to love so much and put so much of my time into. Think of it as the final straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't just me either though. Fans were so furious over this change that a whole movement started, which became known by the hashtag BringBackTheOldLPS. Just searching the term BringBackTheOldLPS brings up thousands of, results, edits, petitions, and videos where fans not only criticized Hasbro, but even called them directly to express their complaints. Although following the backlash, Hasbro eventually caved and ended up redesigning the pets multiple times to try to correct this mistake. By the time they did so though, it was just kind of like too late. They were somewhat restored loosely to resemble the older pets, but they also lost that charm in the process, and LPS as a result ended up quickly fading away into obscurity. Well, that was until late 2022 when it was revealed that Hasbro would be teaming up with Basic Fun to finally, after all these years, bring back our beloved G2 pets. Though it wasn't immediately confirmed to be G2, a lot of people just had their hopes up, and fortunately we were right. It's obviously been confirmed now, and although these resemble G2, they're actually known as G7 by definition. So I thought now more than ever would be the perfect time to revisit Bring Back the Old LPS as a movement, what led to it, and the overall, looking back at it through a retrospective lens, was the hate really justified? I also will be unboxing some G7 LPS at the end of the video and do a little review. No, this is not sponsored, but I wish. Basic Fun, hit me up. I pre-ordered them a month ago to ensure I could get all the blind box pets without taking the, one at the store, because I feel a little selfish doing that. But that's not to say that we won't be taking a trip to the store and seeing them in the aisle to heal my inner child. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've talked about LPS on this channel. I kind of just had this video in the back of my mind and knew it had to be my next LPS related video, which required waiting for the LPS to actually release. But don't worry, I was seeing your comments. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we get in directly to the controversy, I think it's important we start from the beginning. Littlest Pet Shop was a series of toys that began back in the 90s and were produced by Kenner. Though, as we can tell, these pets were not the LPS we all know and love today. They were more on the realistic side. See, what happened was Kenner would end up shutting down in 2000. But in the 90s when LPS was created, Hasbro had actually just bought Tonka Corporation, which is another like American toy company that produces trucks, I believe. I didn't look into it very much, it's not very important, it just is important for this part, I guess. But Kenner Products and the Parker brothers were a part of this from my understanding. The point I'm trying to get at though is the important thing about this to note is Kenner actually basically became a division of Hasbro because of this. So when they ended up shutting down in 2000, Hasbro got to naturally take on and revive, you know, many of Kenner's franchises, which included Littlest Pet Shop. They kind of had that free range to do what they wanted with these IPs. So on July 21st of 2003, Hasbro decided to file for copyright of Littlest Pet Shop, like the trademark, although it wouldn't be officially registered until the following year on December 14th of 2004. Then in 2005, Littlest Pet Shop were officially released to the public. Unlike the original Kenner line, this time around the LPS sported these big bobbly heads and cartoonish looking eyes, which won over the hearts of collectors everywhere. The pets also had a pink or blue magnet on one of their feet, which correlated with certain playsets, but this would later be phased out for a hole instead. Let me know if this is a universal experience, but personally I remember the magnets on my pets when I was really little would get dirty pretty often. I didn't even play like rough with my LPS, but I'd find like shit sticking directly to the magnet. I'd have to like clean it off, and I say shit because I genuinely don't know what it was, but it was like the same thing, always sticking to the magnets. I just remember having to clean them periodically, so this change was fine by me. It meant less work, less maintenance. Anyway, this new and fresh take on the once Kenner toy line of the 90s were quite a hit. Something to note too is these first releases were pretty basic and more on the realistic side, like color scheme wise and like overall look of the pets wise. But by 2007, Littlest Pet Shops only became bolder and more unique than ever because they had garnered that audience. By far, one of the coolest parts of like what I mean by they became bolder and more unique was with their eyes. In 2008, the personalities were introduced, and how you could find out which personality your pet had was by looking at their eyes. I actually saw a TikTok the other day, and a lot of people apparently
just straight up don't know about this?
Which made me feel a little old, I'm not gonna lie. And I already know I'm gonna get someone in the comments complaining that a person who is Gen Z is saying they feel old. But I'm sorry, that's just like the effect of the pandemic. I don't know what to tell you. I still feel 15. But also, this made me really want to talk about the types because I find it really cool, you know, me and my love for tiny details within toy lines. So in case you guys aren't aware, you're gonna learn about it right now. So here's a collective list of the eye types thanks to the Littlest Pet Shop wiki. Basically, each symbol corresponded to a personality type, and that was how you were able to, you know, read which personality type your pet was. For example, the original 12 were the chilliest, the cuddliest, the fanciest, the friendliest, the funniest, the happiest, the hungriest, the littlest, no pun intended, the messiest, the sassiest, and the sportiest. But there were actually some other eye shapes that came later, like the postcard pets, the Extreme Pet series, and the most iconic of all, the Comic-Con cat, which I can't stress enough is still my dream pet to this day. Every time I attempt to look for her, like periodically every 6 months, it's just fake after fake, and it's just not even worth my time to try and buy one because I'm scared I'm gonna get scammed. So if you own her,
just know you're on my rob list.
I mean, I literally have a poster of her that's in my room. It's out of frame. Which, to answer your question, because I know I'm gonna get it, I printed it using the FedEx website, and that goes for most of the posters in my room, excluding the breakfast clone ones that appears a lot behind me in this setup. Anyway, back to the LPS timeline. The years 2005 to 2011 are the years we would see these LPS designs with many creative, like, stylistic things still being implemented, like, you know, the walkables, the fairy line, and they even gave us LPS with fur. However, these all kept the essence, the same design that we started with Littlest Pet Shop, and were not altered whatsoever. So, you know, say you weren't a fan of the walkables like me, I personally wasn't because they made the pets a little bigger and bulkier, you still had other LPS on shelves you could, you know, add to your collection that were coming out. You didn't necessarily need to convert to walkables. It wasn't until 2012 with the conception of the Hub that horrifying changes would arise. See, I bring up the Hub because not only was it the network that Littlest Pet Shop, you know, the TV show would air on, but the Hub was owned by Hasbro, if you didn't know, which is why it made sense, or why in general there was a bunch of shows on the Hub with Hasbro properties, because they owned the rights to make those shows do those things. Off the top of my head, another one I was obsessed with, besides My Little Pony, because that's just stating the obvious, is Pound Puppies. Oh my god, I didn't even realize this show was like based off a toy line when I was watching it. I just thought it was like genuinely some thought of idea. I don't know. The Littlest Pet Shop show, however, centers on aspiring fashion artists artist Blythe Baxter, who has just moved into the big city. She and her father basically move into an apartment above Littlest Pet Shop, which is like a daycare for people's pets, and eventually she discovers she can actually communicate with the pets, as in like she can hear them talk, she can talk to them, that type of thing. Now, before we get into the disaster that obviously occurred, I did want to mention that Blythe had been introduced to sets, but no further changes were made, like, to the pets' designs. Beyond that, until this show was being made, and Blythe is like a whole other can of worms, but basically the short of it is she's another thing that Hasbro was able to trademark from Kenner. It's kind of a shame to me that I only ever knew Blythe as that super ugly doll that unfortunately had to come with my new LPS that I bought from Ross. But the original Kenner Blythe dolls, the ones that have taken the doll customization community by storm, are literally so cool. But yeah, I couldn't be bringing this up at a better time because the Blythe dolls actually just started to go viral on TikTok. What is going on? I don't know, it's just, to me, it's been like I've known this. And all these people are just discovering the Blythe doll. I guess she's not as popular as I thought. But back to the show, where do I begin? I've had so many suggestions to talk about the Littlest Pet Shop TV show on this channel. It might even be my most suggested video ever. However, that's not gonna stop me. I won't shy away from the fact that I hate this show, and I am proud. I actually tried to rewatch it for a video at the beginning of last year because it was just something I was constantly being like, hey, like, you should talk about the Littlest Pet Shop TV show. And I kid you not, I only got through 2 episodes before I gave up. Like, I could not do it. I just don't feel like lying. I don't have fond nostalgia for this show. Though, well, okay, except when it comes to the music, because I said this before, I feel like that's the show's strongest attribute. I also, this is more of a in hindsight thing. I love the Biscuit Twins. Like, the Biscuit Twins alone make me want to attempt rewatching this show again. Like, oh my god. All their songs, amazing. Their character designs, amazing. I have such a core memory of this specific episode with the Biscuit Twins where Blythe's dad got hired as their like chauffeur, and he's trying to teach them to be nice, and they sang this song called the Biscuit Twins Rhapsody. My favorite song in theirs by far though is 2 for 1. 2 for 1, it has to be 2 for 1, you for me and me for you, like totally. I am just a strong believer that the music is what kept me watching this show until like season 3-ish. I was like a hate watcher. I wanted myself to like this show so bad that I watched so much of it, and nothing changed. I even bought sets with the characters, and I was like, why did I even buy this? I don't like this show. I definitely didn't finish the show though because I could not tell you how it ends. That's where I'm gonna leave it with my thoughts on the show though. I'm not gonna speak too much on it. I haven't rewatched it in its entirety in years, so it's not really fair. But the reason above all that I have so much resentment for this show is pretty much because of how it destroyed Littlest Pet Shop as a brand, but even more so as a community. Something that kind of confused me right away was the choice to go with the art style they did for this show instead of the art style that Hasbro had used already in webisodes on their YouTube channel, because it resembles the toys way more. Toy redesigning aside though, I honestly don't mind that they don't resemble the Littlest Pet Shop toys very much. Like, it's such a non-issue to me. Though what I will say is the eyes always freaked me out a little bit. It's just a little uncanny. Get them some contacts, I'm shaking! Anyway, what ended up happening was Hasbro decided to actually hire an artist named Kirsten Olve to design the main characters for the show, as well as the next generation of Littlest Pet Shop toys, aka G3, that would release alongside the TV show. In theory, this sounds amazing, Hasbro getting to bank off not only the show, but fans of the show then being able to add their favorite characters to their collection. However, they failed to actually consider, remember that community of collectors we already have buying our product? They're not gonna like this. They just thought it was gonna go over well to just pull out the rug from underneath all of these people who were buying their product. So in 2012, when the new pets started making their way into stores, in preparation for the show, well, let's just say the collectors being unhappy, while true is a complete understatement. This is where the hashtag BringBackTheOldLPS comes into play. Quickly, the LPS community flooded the internet with this tag demanding, you know, their beloved Littlest Pet Shops back, but also genuinely wondering why this happened in the first place. I still remember when I specifically searched this out for myself. The year was 2013, I had just turned 8, and I went to Target with my grandma, so obviously, you know, while I'm there, I was running to the toy aisle to see if there were maybe any pets I could possibly add to my constantly growing collection. But unfortunately, I was just met with these things. To quote myself previously on the lulaloopsey YouTube channel 11 months ago, when I left that store, I left a part of myself there in the aisle. My world was in shambles. My world was Littlest Pet Shop, so you know I ran to YouTube to figure out what was going on, to see if any other collectors were running into these supposed LPS. In the coming months, thousands upon thousands of collectors would discover these LPS in stores and bring their complaints to these online spaces, even beyond YouTube. And quickly a specific trend began, which was calling Hasbro directly to make your voice heard and voice your complaints, which a lot of people filmed and posted. I am so mad about this, but unfortunately I searched and searched and I could not find my video of when I filmed myself calling them. However, I was able to find an old skit I made reenacting what the experience was like for those who didn't get to experience it, and it encapsulates it pretty well, I would say.
Hello? Are the old LPS coming back? No, we have no plans bringing them back. Why can't you just sell both freaking brands? There's a whole community. We love the old LPS. Okay, we will take that into consideration. It doesn't really sound like you want it that bad. I will kill myself. Excuse me? I mean...
Now obviously, looking back at this now though, I heavily still prefer the old LPS, but I don't really think it's at the fault of the artist who designed the pets. And I truly can't imagine the amount of hate she got for Hasbro's poor execution. Because beyond the redesign of these pets, they were just cheaply made. There was clearly a huge quality shift. The very first ones I came across in stores at least had some charm in their color palettes. And what I mean by that is it's something I could genuinely imagine on one of the G2 pets. It's not that far off, it's just a different design. However, this did not apply to majority of these pets from the G3 line. A lot of them were just solid, plain colors, and it was very underwhelming. And Kirsten's use of shapes and sharp edges, though I think it's very cool, unfortunately did not help these pets' case either, because another fatal flaw was how they couldn't even, sit up straight. I remember the few G3 pets I did end up buying would constantly fall over, and they had to be leaned against something at all times or else they just would not stand up, which is honestly due to these pets having even more exaggerated proportions than before. But also they had these really thin, bendy limbs that were just not very sturdy whatsoever. Their heads were also stiff and did not bobble whatsoever, which made it so you could actually pop them off too. We're gonna get more into basic fun in this video, but I did want to praise how they brought back the blind bags. It was something I really appreciated about the original G2 LPS. But if you look at the difference between the G7 blind bags and the G3 blind bags, it's insane! Absolutely no effort was put into these whatsoever. They just slapped a color on these pets and a simple graphic and they called it a day. And even circling back to G3 blind bags, we had pets such as the fucking rainbow bear. How do you end up going from that to this? It's wild to me. But yeah, overall just very underwhelming and disappointing all around for the G3 pets. I don't think redesigning the pets to match the show was really necessary, though it was clearly a big motivator for Hasbro. Easily we could have just had that be its own thing, and I'm talking about the show, because the show also had so much other merchandise beyond the redesigned pets. They could have just left it at that and had the toys be their own thing and stay the same. But as you can imagine from my frustration, this did not go over well with people in general. Even parents were upset. So in as early as April of 2012, when these pets started making their way to stores, they already saw a first quarter loss due to weak sales from Littlest Pet Shop. And the complaints got so bad that they released a series called Bobble and Style in mid-2014, which included the infamous mommy and baby sets. If you know, you know. Now, I had a couple of these pets myself, and they were actually pretty hard to find. I remember a lot of people at the time too were suspecting they were made with extra molds, which would definitely explain why this was a short-lived revival and not a full-on comeback. But it's just a theory. Seeing that they made this effort and realizing hey, our fans do not like this. You're probably wondering the aftermath of this situation. Well, the aftermath would be the pets undergoing 2 more redesigns as kind of damage control. The first instance of this would be in fall of 2014. And this launch gave them back certain elements of the G3 pets, like their bobbly heads, and actually, you know, designing their color palettes instead of just slapping on a solid color and calling it a day. Then for some reason they added a new feature where they gave certain pets like these random holes on their bodies where you could like stick little accessories in them. I own G3 pets, but I never owned any of these. This was the point where I was like thoroughly not impressed and had stopped wasting my time. I started seeking out exclusively old pets sold through eBay auctions and checking thrift stores, but many collectors had already ended their collections at this point because of skyrocketing prices, which will continue to become a problem. And the pets just were overall harder to obtain when they were discontinued. However, at this time, I remember the community was very much still alive and thriving despite the state of, you know, this toy line. The second instance of redesigns wouldn't come until 2017, which I remember got a lot of collectors interested again, including me, because these have like much more of the essence of LPS than the past few generations, and you can tell they tried really hard to fix them, but at the end of the day, it just boils down to they are not the same. I think I only got like 3 pets before deciding to put my collection to rest around this time and not buy any more new pets, because I hadn't bought any new pets for the previous line, but these looked pretty similar to me and I thought this could be the beginning of maybe me getting into LPS again. I remember specifically people were posting about a specific LPS. I can't remember the number right now, but it is LPS Honey's mascot. It's a cat and it's really super cute. Anyway, this kind of revamp was for a reason. It was in preparation for the fall of 2017 because in the fall of 2017 they would be launching another TV show for Littlest Pet Shop called Littlest Pet Shop: A World of Our Own, which unfortunately would only end up running for a single season. Now, I actually got a suggestion quite a while ago. I think it was on my Google form, which if you have any topics you'd like to see me cover in another video, it's linked in my description. But I got a suggestion to compare the 2 shows in a video, which I've also thought about doing with the lulaloopsey shows because they have one that was on Nick Jr. and then one that was rebooted for Netflix. But let me know if this is something that interests you. What I can say about this show from someone who hasn't seen it is I love how it stays true to the webisode animation format that I was talking about that looks a lot more like LPS. But overall, I love the animation. You can just tell they've improved, and that's just from watching the intro sequence alone. I saw a commenter point out that the animation looked so much more fluid and they added a lot more shadowing or, you know, overall details, and I couldn't agree with that more. As we can tell by its short run, it obviously didn't reach the success of its successor, though this generation would stay around quite a lot longer until 2020. After that though, Littlest Pet Shop really seemed to be done for, with many collectors and LPS creators being torn about these new designs during its run. Because while yes, they are reminiscent of our older pets and a big improvement from where we started with the G3 designs, or so we thought. I talked about this in my LPS Tube video, but in 2022 it was announced that Littlest Pet Shop would be revived once again in 2024 with the help of Basic Fun. Initially this was revealed with very little information, like we didn't know what generation we'd be getting, but to collectors everywhere the answer really seemed obvious. And a lot of people's hope that had faded away was given a new life because this could finally be our chance to get the universally loved G2 LPS back. However, it wasn't until later in 2023 that we'd get much more information, with Basic Fun attending LPS Con 2023, which, oh my god, I used to think that LPS Con was like not real when I was little. I don't know why I thought this. Obviously, I'm not just finding out that it was real, I knew for the past couple years, but it's on my bucket list. One day I do want to go. I don't know when that will be. It's all up to like me taking the trip there because I'm in California, so I'm not even that far. But anyway, they attended LPS Con, gave us more information, including the confirmation of G2, but also a look at the new logo, which was a fresh take on the already iconic panda logo from the 2010s. We also learned, based off like the people who attended the convention, that new molds would be introduced, as well as keeping some previous ones. One of these new molds would be the axolotl, which I've seen quite a lot of debate about whether, you know, they're actually cute or not. Personally, I wasn't expecting to get an axolotl, but nevertheless, like, I love them. They look so silly. It's sad. I actually saw one listed on Facebook Marketplace like last week near me, and the description said, "Bought the new LPS, just don't want this one."
Please free him!
I hope someone gives that axolotl a loving home because damn! But you'd be surprised over how controversial the new LPS designs have been. Like, I've seen people pick them apart way too much. It is not that serious. Don't like that specific LPS? Don't buy it. Like, there is so many ones that they've duplicated from, well, they're a fresh take obviously, but there's so many old molds from, you know, the previous G2 LPS that you can buy. But personally, I've liked all the new ones that have been kind of controversial around the community. But yeah, that pretty much catches us up to speed. In October of 2023, LPS would do a countdown on their story, which led to an announcement of a Roblox game that was later released in December of 2023. I haven't played it yet because, you know, the cool thing about this game is you can put your LPS in the game with a code. You know, you buy the LPS, you get the code. Obviously at this time, they were only out in Canada, so I didn't have any LPS to put in the game, so I didn't really see a point. Also in December, we got our first commercials for the new generation, or like first look at them. I don't know if they've been airing on TV or anything like that. I don't have cable, so I wouldn't know. Which was like this moment of like, oh my god, we are so back. But why I'm mentioning the commercials, besides the fact that it's like a surreal moment, was literally they included LPS tubers. They included a specific LPS tuber named Daisy, or known as Puppy Lover 863. You might remember her from her iconic series #DareUs, which I am shocked that I did not include that in my LPS Tube video. Like, I was obsessed with that series. I just really liked how they involved LPS Tube because it's like involving the community and seeing the impact that this online space has had for the toys. But yeah, as of January 2024, aka present day, LPS have officially started making it to stores. So far in America, I believe it's just Target and GameStop, but they'll be rolling out to Walmart's next month. We've had a bit of a rocky beginning with this release if you ask me, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Though I do want to say I had actually pre-ordered the entire box of those like blind bags, which comes with 18 pets and no repeats, because I knew I'd be making this video for like the last 6 months or something, but more importantly though, I just wanted them. But unfortunately, despite saying for weeks now that it'd be arriving January 16th, which is right on time for me making this video, it hasn't even shipped still. So yeah, definitely disappointing, I can't lie. I pre-ordered them the day the Amazon pre-orders opened up too, so I don't really know what's up with that. However, you know my ass had to go to the store and see them in person and heal my inner child by looking at them in the aisle. And what a better store to check than where I saw the dreaded redesigns for the first time. It took me 2 Targets, but I started off my 19th birthday strong by finding the new G7 LPS in stores, and although the section was very small, very tiny, it just could not be more surreal. And while I bring it up, thank you so much to everyone who sent me birthday wishes. I tried to respond to as many people as I could, but there was a lot. I don't think I've ever had that many birthday wishes, so it's crazy to me. Now, because I pre-ordered the blind boxes, I obviously didn't buy them because I already spent like $75, but I did buy one of the tube sets because that was honestly what I was in search for when I went to look for them that day. So that's what we have here today and what I'll be unboxing on camera, which at least comes with 1 Roblox code, I think, so we'll check that out too. I'll still be 100% unboxing my complete box of blind bags. Like, just because they didn't make it in time for this video doesn't mean I won't. It's either gonna be on my second channel or maybe I'll do a live stream. I'll most likely ask you guys on my community tab when they arrive. I waited days for this because I had a gut feeling about my pre-order not showing up, and you know, I love you guys, so it was worth it. But for now, to end this video off, let's unbox these guys, shall we? So let me give you guys a close-up. Focus. Okay, here's what they look like. I got an axolotl, a rhino, I believe, and then a little gecko. And then here's the back of the tube. I was gonna say box, and then they talk about the Roblox game, I think. Yeah, virtual code inside. Let's see. Does it say how many? 1. Okay, yeah, I was right, it's 1. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! This is so surreal. Okay, how do I, maybe I won't even need to use the scissors. I haven't got scissors. I don't want to destroy this either. Oh yeah, this is really easy. Okay, so we'll pull it out. Okay, I do need the scissors because, oh, I didn't even realize there was a little accessory. Oh my gosh! What number is this? This is number 35 for G7. Here is my focus. Okay, here is, oh my god, he's so cute! Oh my god, I'm literally gonna pass away. These are not staying up, but you know, it's fine. And then there's like a little vine, I think that's supposed to, I'm gonna just get the axolotl out, we'll worry. Oh, is this the code? It's like taped on. Oh, and we get trading cards, I forgot! Oh my god, I need to stop. I'm way too excited about this. Like, this is not funny. This is like the most unserious review. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just died. Like, Oh my god, how can you hate this? Oh my god. And then there's like little stars. Oh, and comment below what you guys think I should name all of these, by the way. I don't have any names in mind, but they're so cute. I love naming my little trinkets. Okay, lastly, we have the rhino. I don't think do I have a rhino? I think I have one. There's some like molds for these that I don't have. Like I don't think I have I think it's an otter, this version of the otter. I don't have like this lucky cat one either. I don't think I have that bird. So there's some molds where like genuinely I don't have them because they stopped making them at a certain point. I love the use of stars. I'm such a star person. And then, oh, let me show you guys all of them at the same. And here's all of them. Onto the training cards. That was another thing where, you know, I was saying like people were nitpicking like the designs and stuff for some of the pets and the new molds. They were also nitpicking like the little trading cards that these come with. And honestly, I don't care. I think they look cute. I like the little like realistic backgrounds. I think it's kind of camp. Oh my god. Wait, it only comes with one? I thought it came with all of them. I think because it's a tube. I know the individual, like the blind bags, they come with all of them, I think. So I got a card for the rhino. And then this is the little back of it, has the new logo. And my card says, she's the sassiest, she's level 3, and she's rare. Ooh, so fancy. And then she's 37 and it says she's G7. And then, oh yeah, there's the little QR code. And then we got a little collector's guide, little pamphlet. Oh my god. Discover, collect, and play. Where's my code though? Where is the QR code the code? Oh, and oh my god, I need to start checking these off so I can collect them all. But I'm literally gonna get them all. Well, no. I'm gonna get majority of these when my package comes one day. Maybe a QR code is the code. Maybe it's like you scan this card. I think it might be that, which is weird because like I want to play this game on my computer, but it's just a theory. Now that we got our pets all out of the box and we got our hopefully we got our Roblox code, let's cut to me playing the Roblox game. Same shit, different day. So as you can tell in that last clip, I literally didn't think I had my Roblox code. Turns out it fell on the ground. Here's what it looks like. I'm obviously blurring out the code. Or, I mean, it's gonna be used by the time I post this. I don't know. And I believe it's for the rhino, so I have her right here. I did ask you guys on my Instagram for name suggestions because I asked you guys in this video too, which, you know, you're free to comment them. Although I think I'm gonna name the lizard gecko Goob because I got that a couple times and I just think it fits that one so well. But I asked because I realized I'm gonna have to name the pet in this Roblox game. Hello? Why do I not have Roblox installed?
6.5 hours later.
Hopefully the angle didn't shift too much. I had to download Roblox, but we have the game right here and we're gonna pull it up. I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect. Like I don't know if they released a trailer for this game or not, but I didn't watch it if they did. Purchase your first pod to continue. Ooh, who should I choose? Oh, I don't get to choose, I guess. I got the cat! Oh my gosh. Okay, how do I enter the code? Oh, redeem codes. Oh, no shit. Okay, oh, this music is so loud. We need to turn it down a little bit. Okay, let's look at our coin. See who we get. Redeem this retail code online for your in-game code. What? Let me try something. This website makes me so angry. Like, actually, so many pop-up ads. Why am I clicking redeem your code and then it's not automatically doing so? It's taking me to buy LPS. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Oh, I see. Oh, wait. Okay, I get money too. Okay, I'm gonna be rich soon then because you have a gift ready. Oh, okay, wait, I'm stupid. Do I follow this? This just looks like, oh, exit the shop to continue. Okay, I thought I was just like leaving the game as a whole. I'm like, why am I going over here? Okay, let's go get my gift, which is hopefully my little rhino friend that I get to name. What? I'm so confused right now. What? Where's my, oh, wait. Is that, okay. What? Do I not get the rhino? I thought that was the whole fucking point. Oh, click my pet? What? Wait, wait! I didn't even get to name this pet. So was that just useless? Like that I didn't get any... Play one more. I think I have to play activities to... What is the activity? Is this it? I think it's this. Look at my kid. Oh, I forgot my avatar looked like this. I'm scared. Do I not get to name her? I want to name her. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Purchase a ticket to continue? What happened to my... I'm gonna go back in here and see if it's in here. Do I not get the rhino? I wanted the... What? Why? I don't understand, okay? I just want my rhino. Oh my god, that panda looks so scary, I can't lie. So much is happening in this game. I'm like having sensory overload. Oh! Oh my god! In 2 days? Okay, well, I get a gift in 1 minute, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I just wanted the rhino. Okay, let's try going back to... This is so loud. I don't understand. I want to understand really badly, but at the moment I'm not. I'm really scared. Walrus head? Oh, well, I could technically just buy this, but I don't really want to do that. Are those the only pets you can get? I thought it was basically you get pets, and like the pets you get, you can put into the game. I thought it was like Webkins. Oh my god, it's a lot for the walrus head. I'm just waiting until I can... Oh my, not them all running together. Do they all just follow you once you have a lot of pets? What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? This is the second time it's crashed! This is ridiculous. Okay, okay, I can get a gift. If I don't get my rhino here, then I don't think I'm ever getting it. Okay. Because I'm not waiting 2 days to come back for... That's it? So I'm just never gonna get my rhino, I guess. Well, that was a disappointing way to end this video. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and comment down below your thoughts on the new Littlest Pet Shop or your thoughts on the G3 redesign. Sorry we had to end this video off on such a bad, disappointing note, and I will see you guys in my next video.